Hello everyone, welcome to the video series for class 11 computer science in which we are going to discuss about Boolean algebra. So in this video we are going to start the new chapter Boolean algebra for class 11 computer science. Let us start the chapter. So let us have the introduction of this chapter that Boolean algebra was discovered by a famous mathematician George Boole. So he has written one algebra based on only two values, two Boolean values. Those values are true or false. So this algebra may be called as algebra of logic, and we can call all the statements as logical statements if the result of statement can be given in the form of true or false. Suppose if you will be asked that whether you have taken your dinner or not, the answer may be either yes or no. So those type of statements whose answer can be given in form of yes or no, true or false, then the statement can be called as logical statement. So let us see what are the application of Boolean algebra. When we are talking about Boolean algebra, so Boolean algebra is implemented in our digital computers to perform all the logical operations. So in digital computer, we know that true represents 1 and false represents 0, or true represents high voltage and false represents low voltage. So this Boolean algebra is being used to perform logical operations in digital system. So some of the basic logical operations are some of the basic logical operations are AND operations, or and not. And may be also known as conjunction, or operator can be also known as disjunction, and our not operator can also be known as negation or complement. So we are going to discuss one by one these operators. So let us have the discussion of logical operators. Let us start with our logical OR, which is also known as disjunction. So logical operator is denoted by plus symbol. So it combines all the input and gives us output 1 if either of the input is 1. We are going to discuss about this in detail also. An AND operator performs logical multiplication denoted by dot symbol. So it gives us the output when both the input is 1. So AND is known as our logical addition and OR is known as our logical addition, and AND is known as our logical multiplication denoted by a dot. And let us have the NOT operator. So what it does, it just inverts the value of input. If the input is 1, it will make it 0. If the input is 0, it will make it 1, and it is denoted by a bar or a complement. So let us have the truth table. What is truth table? Basically, we can design a truth table which will have all the possible combinations of input to give the output. So when we are talking about AND and OR operator, it may have two or more inputs, but NOT operator can have only a single input. So truth table is a table that contains all possible values of logical variables, statements in a Boolean expression, and number of possible combinations will be 2 to the power n, where n is the number of input variables. So if we are having 2 inputs, then possible combinations will be 2 to the power 2, that is 4 possible combinations. If we are having 3 input, then number of possible combinations will be 2 to the power 3, that is 8 possible combinations. So let us see the implementation. So Boolean algebra is applied in computer electronic circuit. Since we all know that circuits are based on high voltage and low voltage, and also Boolean algebra perform their operations on only two values 1 and 0, that's why this Boolean algebra is applied in our digital electronic circuits. That's why it is also known as logic circuits or logic gates. So let us discuss the next topic, that is logic gate. So again, it is an electronic circuit which performs our logical operations, and just now we have discussed what are the different logical operations. So the fundamental logical operations that we are having are AND, logical OR, and logical NOT. So we are going to discuss about three basic logic gates as well. So these gates are also known as digital circuits because the input and output signals are in the form of high voltage and low voltage. We are having only two types of values, either high voltage also known as 1 or low voltage also known as 0. So let us discuss the basic logic gates, which are AND gate, OR gate and NOT gate. So let us start with our AND gate. So AND gate, already we have discussed that this gates take two or more input signals. It may have two or it may have more than two input signals, but it gives a high voltage only when all the input signals are high. When all the inputs will be high, then only our output will be high. So let us have the truth table for this. For example, if we are having two input signals, then possible combinations will be 2 to the power 2, that is 4. And when both the input will be 1, then only our output will be 1. So let us see the truth table for our AND gate. We are having input A and we are having input B and we are having our output signal. So when both input A and input B will be 1, then only our output will be 1. Otherwise our output will remain 0. Let us have the circuit diagram. AND gate is represented by this logic circuit. Now let us have our OR gate. Now unlikely AND gate, OR gate is an electronic circuit which gives us the high voltage if either of the input is high. So if any one of the input signal is 1, then our output will also be 1. So let us discuss about two input signals. When either of the input will be 1, our output will be 1. And OR gate is denoted by the logic circuit, which can be drawn like this one. This is our logical OR. And here we are having the truth table for OR gate. So we are having input A, input B and output. So either of input A or input B will be 1, then our output will be 1. You can see. Now the third one is our NOT gate. So NOT gate, it will take only one input, not more than one input, and it will do the inverse of input. Means what? If the input is 1, it will give the output 0. If the input is 0, it will give the output 1. And it is also known as our inverter since it performs inversion of the input. So let us have the circuit diagram for NOT gate. The NOT gate can be drawn like this circuit diagram. So yes, already I told you that the output of NOT gate is the complement of the input signal. So let us see the circuit diagram of NOT gate and truth table of NOT gate. So since it is known as inverter, it is drawn like this one, and the truth table of NOT gate is this one. Input will have only two possible combinations since only one input is allowed for NOT gate. So if input is 0, output will be 1. If input is 1, then output will be 0. So this is all about the Boolean algebra. So I hope you have understood this topic. So if you find my video useful, share it, like it and subscribe it. Thank you for watching.